been doing renovations on our house, putting up gutters, turning a kitchen into a bedroom. So that means, clothes were everywhere. We had to take everything out of the bedroom. It was just a wreck because the bedroom was a kitchen, so there was no storage at all. We had to take everything out of the bedroom, so the house was a wreck. We got it cleaned up, and it feels so much better in there, and we have a bedroom. That does mean that these got neglected. The cabbage seedlings, I've got, what did I have here? Oh yeah, fennel. Fennel and celery. I have never grown those before. I have successfully grown cabbage this spring. And then I wanted to grow some this fall, which I'm going to go ahead and transplant now, but they may not grow. If anything, I will get some greens off of them, and I can use those for cooking. It's still, even if I don't get the heads in time for the first frost. To encourage their growth, I'm going to put in this organic, all-natural, all-purpose plant food I have been using all season here and there. Not a whole lot, but it's a protein-based nitrogen, and it's a healthy option versus, the chemicals that is on most foods. That's most likely the reason a lot of people have food intolerances and are sick. And this is the main reason why I do this. It's for my family first. Another reason I do this is the community around me. If I have excess, and I usually have excess, that's why it's a market farm, it's so that, I can help make my community healthier. Of course, it's not free, it's a lot of work, so I have to make something for the work I put in it, and I put more money in it than I get out of it, but I'm trying to help make it pay for itself so that I can continue doing what I do. And I love this so much. Yeah, I'm thinking about, branching out and trying some other things, like maybe gluten-free bread. I was talking to someone about that recently. If I have time for that. I just recently got a little nook in a shop called Vintage Vibes, and I am selling my botanicals there, my medicinal teas, and tea gardens over there. And I'm trying to make that as perennial as possible, fill it out so there's hardly any weeds. Oh, good news is I am getting a load of wood chips for free delivered. I think next week, and I'm so excited about that. Oh my gosh, I have so many fruit trees that I can't afford mulch for. I can't afford a wood chipper, but they just need a place to drop their wood chips. It's a tree company, and so they will be delivering those next week. I gave them my specifics, and they seem like there would be no problem at all, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll be able to mulch things, and that will help with weed suppression as well as building up the soil and the ecosystem for even healthier produce and healthier plants, stronger plants. And just as I'm a first generation farmer. This is my third year on this property, but my first year to expand out this way. We actually, the first 2 years, the garden back there, we are going to burn down and get rid of. It's too close to the agricultural field and too close to drift, and we don't even want the drift on our plants. So we'll be burning that down and probably putting a swing set or a trampoline for our nieces and nephews to play on when they come over, just to give them more options for playing and stuff out here. Get off those video games, get off YouTube for a minute and go outside and enjoy some fresh air. There's commercial farming with chemical sprays that kill the weeds, herbicides, and then there's pesticides to kill the bugs. There's not a lot of weeds that you see, not a lot of pests. Then there's landscaped gardening, which is usually, someone's paid to do that. That's their full-time job. That's what they do all day. And it's more of a, just for the eye, for enjoyment, for beauty. And then there is the market farm, that uses chemical-free, non-GMO, organic methods, such as this one. And so you're going to get weeds. You're going to get, you know, you're going to get down on your hands and knees, and it's a lot of work. So yeah, you let weeds grow from time to time. Mostly whenever you're replanting, you come out and you pull those weeds, especially if you have landscaping garden, you don't have to weed as much. But, you know, generally, if you were to keep it weeded and beautiful at all times for the eye, you know, I'll just say for the perfectionist who wants it weeded all the time, then you can expect not to do anything else with your life except weed your garden. So, you know, this is a route for people that want to make things from their produce, that want to sell their produce, that want to eat their produce and make food from their produce. It's not really a route to go if you want everything to look perfect all the time. But this is the route I choose, and I'm happy with it. And I do have to say, the landscaping fabric has made my life so much easier. So that is what I plan to do, is continue doing it this way. I call this the eyeball method of planting garlic. And I'm kind of using this leaf as my marker for the last one. So that's about 3 inches. And because winter's coming, I'm going down about 4 inches. I am about to do the same thing for onion. I grew these this spring, and these were the small ones out of what I grew, the smallest ones. So I decided to just save these to plant in the fall to hopefully get some larger bulbs in the spring. So we shall see. About to do a bit of a kale harvest. I'm trying a couple different methods of curing the sweet potatoes. These are the damaged sweet potatoes, but I'm going to keep them. I'm trying to keep humidity in and bring temperature up, but we're only sitting at about 63 degrees out here. Then I have my other sweet potatoes in the office to see if they do better in here. These are my best ones, best looking ones. And I put them in here because it's warmer in here than it gets pretty cold at night. So it's supposed to be around 80 degrees. The humidity's fine. It's doing really good on humidity. But the temperature should be closer to 80. It'll warm up as the day gets warmer. So I'm hoping that will be good enough, or I might need to add a heater in here. The cucumber beetles ate my first crop of the butternut squash. They were 75-day variety. And I had some 85-day variety on hand, so I planted those afterwards, and they didn't eat these, but I did get them in a little late because of that. But maybe we'll get some that will ripen before the first hard frost. They should continue to grow until then. So I guess we'll see on that too.